So after the completion of the characteristic of the SPDF block elements, we are on the topic change in periodic table. And before going through the change in periodic table for physical property, we will understand what is shielding or screening effect. And in physical property trains, we will first take the atomic radius. Okay. So first we understand this effect because it will have the relation. Later on we will discuss about the topics on them. So what is shielding effect? Suppose here is an atom. Okay. And it is a nucleus of an atom. So there are electrons. Suppose these are the electrons. Okay. Now what will happen? The nucleus have more attraction towards this shell's electrons in comparison to the outer shell, because this shell comes first and it will near to the nucleus and it will have the more attraction towards these electrons, and these all are negatively charged, we know that. So because the nucleus have the less attraction in comparison to the this cell towards this electron, so when it tries to come near to the nucleus, then these electrons repel it and move it towards outside. Okay. So what will happen when the shell is here? Now this shell will become where? It will become here. Okay. Now this electron from this shell will shift to this orbital of this shell. Okay. So this is called the screening effect or a shielding effect, in which the inner electrons repel the outermost shell electron and make it move away from the nucleus. Okay. So after the screening effect, what will happen? The size of the atom increases. Before the screening effect, the size of the atom was this only, but after, so because of the screening effect, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन जो न्यूक्लियस के पास थे, इन्होंने रिपेल किया आउटर मोस्ट शेल इलेक्ट्रॉन को और उसको इस न्यूक्लियस से और दूर कर दिया रिपल्शन की वजह से. ठीक है. तो स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट का रिजल्ट ये होता है कि एटम का साइज इंक्रीज हो जाता है. ओके. नाउ वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द एटमिक रेडियस, दैट व्हाट इज एटमिक रेडियस, राइट. So we will understand what is atomic radius. So atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell electron. Okay. So we can understand it like, suppose it is a nucleus and it is, suppose it's the outermost shell. So distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell will be its radius, right? Now because atom is a very small particle and it is not very easy to isolate it from a matter, so we just take a idea of the two adjacent atom radius. Okay. So we cannot take a single atom for the calculation of radius because it is a very small particle. Okay. Now type of radius are covalent radius, metallic radius and the van der Waals radius. So what is covalent radius? In this radius the atoms are bounded by a single bond and it is a distance between the two internuclear atoms which are bonded by the single bond. So we can see the difference between these three patterns. In very first, which is a covalent radius, the one atom overlap the other one, so it is a overlap area. So the size of the radius is reduced in covalent radius. Okay. Now then we will divide this distance of two molecules center by 2, then we will get the radius of a single atom. Okay. So what the formula will be? R equal to radius will be DAB by 2. So it is the center of A and it is the center of B. Okay, it is by 2, so we will calculate the covalent radius. Now second one is metallic radius. So metallic radius is a distance between the internuclear distance between the two adjacent metallic atom present in a metal crystal. Okay, so here they do not overlap each other, they only touch each other. So when we calculate the difference, radius here r equal to dAB by 2. Same formula will be applied here also. Now van der Waals radius is what? It is not, these atoms are not bounded by any bond, only they are attracted with a van der Waals forces, and these are the weak forces. So here these are two atoms and they are attracted by the van der Waals force, and because as we see the distance between these two atoms is quite large, so the radius of such type of atom will be large here. So here r equal to dAB by 2. So what will be the increasing order of the radius size? It will be first van der Waals, then metallic, and then covalent. Okay, so the bigger size radius will be of van der Waals radius, in which the molecules, it is a distance between the two internuclear atoms which are not bounded, and in metallic it is reduced because the atoms are touching each other, and in covalent radius it is very much reduced. Why? It is reduced because the atoms are overlapped each other, so the size of the radius decreases. Okay, now we will do the next topic now. Now we will understand that what is ionic radius, and first we will understand how ions are formed. So there are two types of ions. They are cations and anions. Cations are formed by losing the electrons, while anions are formed by gaining the electrons. How much electrons are lost or gained by an atom? The same charge will be gained by that atom. If 2 electrons are lost, 2 positive charge will be there. If 2 electrons are gained, 2 positive negative charges there. Okay. So what is ionic radius now? What can be the definition of ionic radius? The definition can be distance between the cation and anion in a ionic crystal. So the crystal should be ionic, means like sodium chloride, which have the positive and negative ion in them. So the distance between these cation and anions will be the what radius of that atom, or the it will call the ionic radius. Now here we can say that the size of the cation is less than that of the anion. How it is less? Because suppose sodium atom has 11 electron initially when it is a neutral atom, and 11 proton and electron. It has the 12 proton and as well as 12 electron, and it has the 13 proton and the 13 electrons. Okay, right. Now what will happen when it form the sodium plus ion? Then what will happen? 11 proton will be the same, but electron will be 10 only. 12 proton will be the same, but electron will be 10 because it will take 2 positive charge. And here 13 proton will be in the nucleus. There will be no effect on the nuclear charge, only number of electron will be decreased, and it will be only 10 electrons. Okay, now what will happen here? The nuclear charge is more in comparison to the electrons. Here also. Okay, then what will happen? The nucleus. Here the nucleus 11 protons was binding the 11 electrons. Okay, so equal charge was there, but now what is here? 11 protons are now binding the 10 electrons only. Here 12 protons are binding the 10 electrons only, and then 13 protons are binding the 10 electrons only. Then what will happen? They have the more effective nuclear charge, so they will have repulsion in them. Electron will have the more attraction towards the nucleus. So the size of the cation will decrease, right? Now in case of anion, what will happen? In case of anion, suppose we take the example of chlorine. So 17 proton and 17 electron are there, and when it gain one electron, then plus one. So what will happen? 17 proton and 18 electrons will be there. Now earlier there were the equal number of protons and electrons, but in the next case when the ion is formed, chloride ion is formed, then what will happen? Only 17 protons are binding the 18 electrons, because number of electron has been increased. So due to the repulsion between them, what will happen? The size of the atom will increase, because the nuclear charge is less in comparison to the number of electrons. So it will not, nuclear charge will not be more effective like as the cation, sorry. So the size of the atom will be increased. Now we will see through the example also. Here fluoride ion has the ionic radius of 136 picometer, while the fluorine atom has the radius of 64 picometer only. Okay, so it is quite large. Because of the, now fluorine will have the after forming the ion, the fluorine will have the more electron in comparison to the nuclear charge. So there is a quite difference between these two radius. Now here also sodium ion have the radius of 186 picometer, while the sodium atom have the sodium atom has the radius of 186 picometer, while sodium ion will have the radius of 95 picometer only. Okay, so there will be the difference in the ionic radius of the cation and the anions. So the size of cation is smaller than the size of the anions, right? Now we will see what is the isoelectronic species. There are some atoms, cations and anions, which have the same number of electrons while they are having the different number of protons. Okay, so examples are here. And such type of species are called the isoelectronic species, in which iso means same, electronic means electron. Okay, and species, these are the example of these species. So first one is, here I have told you earlier also that sodium there are 10 electron, in magnesium ion there are 10 electron, in aluminum ion there are 10 electron, but number of proton are different in each atom. Okay, so because the same number of electrons, these are called the isoelectronic species. Now come here. Now these are the example of anion, in which 8 protons 10 electron and 9 protons 10 electrons. Okay, so because of the number of same electron, these are called the isoelectronic species. Okay, so these are the example of cations and anions in case of this, in which number of electrons are same but nuclear charge is different. Now an ion with more positive charge will be smaller, and a ion with a more negative charge will be larger. Okay, so more positive charge will be smaller and more negative charge will be larger, right? Now in comparison to the fluorine and oxygen have more negative charge, so it will be larger than the fluorine, and here aluminum will be the larger because it has the more positive charge on it. Okay, so it is an isoelectronic species. Now we will see that what is ionization enthalpy. Okay, so ionization enthalpy is the amount of heat required to release our electron from a isolated gaseous atom. So किसी gaseous atom से इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज करने में जितनी एनर्जी हमको प्रोवाइड करनी पड़ेगी वो हमारी आयोनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी होती है, और इसको हम एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. We will take an example to understand it. Suppose we are taking example of the aluminum atom. Okay, we know that the atomic number of aluminum atom is 13 and the configuration is 283. Right? Now suppose this aluminum atom, from this aluminum atom, we want to release an electron. So we want to release an electron. So what will happen? It will take a one positive charge and one electron will be here, and its ionization enthalpy we will just suppose that it is E1. Okay. Now next is when we want to remove one more electron from this ion, then what will happen? We take aluminium plus ion, then it will be aluminium plus ion plus electron, and this energy will be E2. In next case, what will happen? We want to release one more electron, so then aluminium V plus electron, and its energy will be, ionization energy will be E3. Now what happened here we will understand now, right? Now here, suppose 1, 2, 3, right? It is an aluminium atom, nucleus is here. Here are 13 protons and electron, 2 electron here and 8 electron are here and 3 electrons are here, right? So in this case what will happen? 3 electrons are here, and if we want to release 1 electron, okay, 1 electron, then what will happen? 2 electrons will be here. Then what will happen? यहाँ पर 13 प्रोटॉन और 12 इलेक्ट्रॉन मिल गया. ठीक है. For next case, what will happen? 13 protons and 11 electron will be there. It is called a second case, right? And for third case, 13 proton and 10 electron will be there in third case. Okay, and it is our first case. Now we see that earlier there were equal number of positive and negative charge in an atom of aluminium. When we released one electron from the atom, then what will happen? There are the 13 proton and the 13 proton and the 12 electron was there. Okay. Now in second case, when we want to release one more electron from it, then 13 proton and 11 electron was there. Okay. Now here the 13 proton were binding the 13 electrons. Here 13 proton were binding the 12 electrons. Then what will happen? The nuclear charge is more and number of electron is less. So for E1, in first case, ionization enthalpy required will be the less, because there were the equal number of positive and negative charge. But here positive charge is more in comparison to the negative charge. Then what will happen? The E2 will be the more than E1. Why? Now the 13 proton are binding only 12 electrons. But in third case what will happen? There are 13 protons and 11 electron only. So E3 will be more than the E2. So what will be the order of the energy, that is ionization enthalpy? It will, E3 will be so much large than E2 and then E1, because as the nuclear charge increases one by one gradually, then the more energy will be required to release the electron from an atom. Where is a matter atom or a gaseous atom? So it will require more energy, because in each case nuclear charge is increasing but the number of electrons are decreasing, that is why. Okay, now we will understand the next topic. Now we will understand how the size of radius increases or decreases when we go in a period or we go in a group. Okay, so we have to remember two things in mind, that in a period we go left to right, in group we go top to bottom. Okay, so when we go in a period left to right, then what will happen? Shall remain same. we have to keep in mind shall go on increasing, and second one is electron remain same. अब हम खुद थोड़ा सा माइंड से सोचते हैं कि यहाँ पर शैल अगर 2 थी तो 2 ही रहेगी थ्रू आउट द पीरियड, 3 थी तो 3 रहेगी. सपोज दीज आर 3 shells आर प्रेजेंट. ओके, सो अर्लियर हम कोई भी एटम ले रहे हैं, यहाँ पर जो चार्ज ऑफ न्यूक्लियस विल रिमेन द सेम, ओनली वेरिएशन विल बी फाइंड इन द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके, देन व्हाट विल हैपन कि शेल जब सेम रहेंगे तो जब यहाँ पर 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन था, फिर 2 हुआ, फिर 3 हुआ, फिर 4, 5, 6 and 7, then what will happen? As number of electron increases with the atomic number of the elements, then nuclear charge will also be increases, but the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell does not increase. Number of electrons जब हम लेफ्ट टू राइट मूव कर रहे हैं तो वो बढ़ रहे हैं विद इंक्रीज इन एटॉमिक नंबर. हम एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं लाइक सोडियम, मैग्नीशियम, एल्यूमिनियम, सिलिकॉन. ठीक है, तो 11, 12, 13 एंड 14 3 शेल्स आर देयर. यहाँ आउटर शेल में 1, 2, यहाँ 3 और यहाँ पर 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. राइट, now number of shell remain the same, 281, 282, 283, 284, but number of electrons are increasing gradually. Then what will happen? Nuclear charge is also increasing because the distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus does not increasing. It means what? The size of the atomic radius decreases. जब हम लेफ्ट टू राइट मूव करेंगे किसी पीरियड में तो एटम का साइज, एटॉमिक रेडियस का साइज क्या होगा? डिक्रीज होगा. क्यों डिक्रीज होगा? क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बढ़ रहे हैं, डिस्टेंस न्यूक्लियस और इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के बीच में बढ़ नहीं रहा है, जिसकी वजह से वो बहुत फोर्सफुली इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट करेगा और साइज को श्रिंक कर देगा. हमको समझ में आया ये वाली बात? ठीक है, अब हम ग्रुप में देखते हैं. ग्रुप में क्या होता है कि इलेक्ट्रॉन थ्रू आउट द ग्रुप सेम रहता है. अगर आउटर मोस्ट शेल में 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, देन थ्रू आउट द ग्रुप देयर विल बी ओनली 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन इन ईच एलिमेंट. और जो शेल होती है वो इंक्रीज होती है. मीन्स सपोज यहाँ पर हमारा 2 शेल के साथ 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन था, अब यहाँ 3 शेल हो गई तब हमारा 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, फिर 4 शेल हो गई तब भी हमारा 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. इट मीन्स व्हाट? द न्यूक्लियस और आउटर मोस्ट शेल के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस तो बढ़ रहा है लेकिन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का नंबर नहीं बढ़ रहा है, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ पर लेस नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेगा और इसका डिस्टेंस इंक्रीज होता जा रहा है नीचे जाते में. तो क्या होगा कि फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस टुवर्ड्स द आउटर मोस्ट शेल इलेक्ट्रॉन विल बी लेस. दैट इज व्हाई द साइज ऑफ द एटम इंक्रीजेस. तो डिस्टेंस बढ़ने की वजह से न्यूक्लियस से आउटर मोस्ट शेल का और वीक फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन होगा. अब डिस्टेंस के साथ साथ फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन न्यूक्लियस का वीक होता चला जाएगा, जिसकी वजह से एटम का साइज भी क्या करेगा? इंक्रीज करेगा. सो द व्हेन वी गो टॉप टू बॉटम इन अ ग्रुप, then what will happen? Size of atom increases because more number of shells are added to the atom. But when we go left to right in a period, size of atom decreases. Why it decreases? Because number of shell does not increase while the number of electron increases with each element. ओके, तो हमको ये समझ में आया. ये कंसेप्ट एक बार दिमाग में हमारे बैठ गया तो हमें नेक्स्ट वो एग्जाम्पल्स बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएंगे और आगे भी इसका हमको जरूरत पड़ेगी इस कॉन्सेप्ट की. ठीक है, सो आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस टॉपिक. ओके, राइट.